Hi guys, so I always have people come up to me and they want to start farms and they're telling me, hey Dr. Daniel, I want to start a farm and one day have a farm just like yours, but I only have enough money to start with 100 chickens. And then I'm like, okay, cool, start with that. I mean, start with what you have. And a lot of times they laugh at me and they're like, Dr. Daniel, what the hell are you talking about? You have a lot of chickens right now and you're telling me to start with what I have. What is 100 chickens going to do for me? What is 200 chickens going to do? What is 500 chickens going to do? Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of times telling someone that start with what you have can sound like mockery, especially if you're in a position that a lot of people consider privileged, like I am right now. For example, right now I have 14,000 chickens. I have a beautiful farm. Like, I seem to a lot of people like I'm living the dream life. And then when I tell them where I started from, do you know what they always tell me? They're like, well, you were a doctor. You started out as a doctor. Now, I'll tell you something very interesting about that. I was a doctor in Uganda, and a doctor in Uganda at that time, I was earning way less than $1,000. Yeah, like $700, $800. That's what I was earning. Yeah, like as take-home amount of money. So first of all, it's not as much as you imagine that I was earning. Yeah, I wasn't earning like, you know, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000. The amount of money you guys imagine, you know, a plastic surgeon earning or an orthopedic surgeon earning. A lot of times, interestingly, people think that that's the amount of money each and every doctor outside there earns. No, I was earning $700, $800. And then you'll be like, okay, Dr. Daniel, I understand, but $800 or $700 is still a lot of money compared to someone who is starting with 200 birds, 300 birds. That person probably has less than, you know, $1,000 saved up. Personally, when I was starting up, I had saved up about $9,000. That's what I was starting with. Someone only has $1,000. How do you tell them to start with 200 birds? What the hell is that going to do? Now, I'll tell you something quite interesting, yeah? I have a lot of people inbox me and they want to start farms. A lot of people all around the world, people living in all countries, and they want to start farms. And do you know how much money they do have available to them? Someone will inbox me and they're like, hey, Dr. Daniel, I want to start with 20,000 chickens. I want to start with 30,000 chickens. I want to start with 5,000 chickens. Guys, I started with only 800 chickens. Now, whilst to you, it might seem like I started big with a big number of birds. To someone else, I actually did start small because there's people who are going to be starting with, you know, 10,000 chickens, 15,000 chickens, 20,000 chickens, yeah? And for them, my 1,000 or 800 that I did start with was actually a really, really tiny number, a very tiny number. So when you look around and see, you know, the things that I have done, the things that I've built and the things that I've accomplished, it's easy for you to think that, hey, Dr. Daniel, for you it seems easy because you already do have all this stuff. I mean, you can see, this is a trailer. Yesterday I came pulling this trailer on my truck, yeah? So this is a trailer. It came pulling a mixer that I'm going to show you guys over there. And this is also another mixer. It's a concrete mixer. I'm going to be doing some work around. I'm going to be building some more sick bays for the poultry houses. I'm also going to be building a store for the goat houses, yeah, because we have a lot of hay, like a lot of grass that we are producing right now, and we need to store it properly, yeah. So we're going to be using it. The trailer is also going to help us, you know. I'll just tie it to my truck right here, and then we can utilize it to, you know, carry stuff around. You can see some eucalyptus poles that we do have around. This is Diva, our Belgian Malinois dog. She has puppies, so she's out, yeah. She has puppies, little puppies, 9 puppies, crazy. Big number. Anyway, these are poles that we're going to be using to construct, as you can see them right here. These are some of the iron sheets that I just brought recently. And you guys can see the farm. You can see our eggs, you know, some of the eggs that we've produced today. So we collect our eggs, bring them over here, and this is where we clean, you know, the eggs from. We clean them from right here. And then right here you can see our mixer. So this is a brand new mixer that I got recently. It's going to help us, you know, make the mixing of the feed on the farm much, much quicker and easier. So it's a 1-ton mixer. You can pour 1 ton of feed inside there and it's going to mix it up very nicely, yeah? So the beauty with it, it uses a motor. I actually didn't show you guys the motor, but we do have a motor. It uses a motor, and with the motor, I mean, it takes just a few minutes to mix the feed. But in addition to that, it's not only about the time, it mixes the feed very evenly and very beautifully and very nicely, yeah? So this is a brand new, it's a fancy addition that we're having to the farm. Of course, it's utilitarian. It's like not a waste of money. It's utilitarian, but I mean, It's fancy because we've been working well without it. The guys have been using shovels, they've been using hands, yeah, and we've been working really well. And it's at that note that I actually tell you that start with what you have is actually some of the best advice you'll ever hear, yeah? Starting with what you have is like really, really good, yeah? Because you guys, or someone might see me with that mixer right there in the background, and they're thinking to themselves, okay, if I'm going to start my farm, I need to have a mixer for feed, yeah? It's quite expensive. Yeah, I paid, it was fabricated right here in Uganda, and I paid over $2,000, like $2,500 for it. You see it right there, yeah? But I have 14,000 birds. I'm 6 years into the game, I'm 6 years into the business, and I didn't have a feed mixer, even up to now, yeah? I'm 6 years into the business, I have 14,000 birds, and I'm still building my chicken houses using iron sheeting. I'm still building my chicken houses using wood, poles and timber. You can see the guys, I don't know if you guys saw someone besides there, they were slashing using a hand slasher, yeah? They're not using like, you know, like a machine to slash or something like that. I have a lot of things on the farm that a lot of people would actually consider, you know, quite dated. You know, things that should be done by someone who you would consider a beginner, yeah? But that's not what matters. That's not what is important. What is really important, start with what you have, yeah? What do you have available to you? What do you have available to you? That is the one thing that I keep telling everyone, yeah? You need to make sure that you just keep moving one step ahead of the other. The time when I started, I keep saying that, and I won't stop saying this. I started my farm at my dad's piece of land. I didn't have money. I didn't. I was working as a doctor, but I didn't have money. I didn't have a car. I didn't have any of this stuff, yeah? You guys can see around or look around, and all you see is the farm and in all its beauty and a lot of things right now, yeah? And like, when I'm talking about land, I'm talking about acres. I'm like, okay, guys, so we're going to, you know, to plant, let's say, like this is alfalfa. I don't know if you guys can see it, yeah? We'll just move there, yeah? I'll be like, okay, guys, we're going to be planting alfalfa. This alfalfa is on 1 acre. You're like, we're going to be planting alfalfa on 1 acre. And you're like, oh, Dr. Daniel, that's so cool. I wish I had 1 acre to plant alfalfa. And then I'm like, okay, we're expanding. We're building another poultry house the other side. And then I'll be like, we're going to plant Chloris Guyana on you know, 1.5 acres. I have Caliandra somewhere that's planted on about, you know, 1.5 acres. I'm going to be planting a lot of grass on like 15 acres. And then you're like, oh my God, look at all the things Dr. Daniel is talking about. Now I'll tell you something interesting. I once used to feel guilty, like sit down and feel really bad that I don't own a single piece of Uganda. Like if they said, everyone who owns a tiny piece of Uganda put up their hands, I wouldn't. And there I was, a doctor, without owning even a single piece of land in my country. So yes, of course, it's understandable for you to feel bad. I felt bad too. But the thing is, if you don't start, if you don't decide to start now, you'll never start. That is it. That is the one guarantee, yeah? If you don't decide to start now, you'll actually never start. So you have to decide and start. I don't know if you'll ever have $1 million to start with, or $500,000, or $100,000, or $10,000. You might never save up $20,000 for you to start a farm. Yeah, I started my farm with $9,000. Yeah, I was lucky. I mean, I was working as a doctor and I had a very, very high discipline. Yeah, so I would save a lot of money personally. I would barely, you know, utilize my money. So I had a very high discipline. But you might not be that kind of person. Yeah, so until when are you going to wait? So what's my advice? Start with what you have. Yeah, how much do you have? Do you have enough to do 100 birds? Yes, you do. Then start with 100 birds. Yeah, that's perfect. It's going to work for you. Start with 100 birds. With that 100 birds, you get the profit from it. Keep as much of it as possible. The next batch, you're going to do 120 birds. Then the next batch will be 150. Then the next batch will be 200. And then by the end of the year, you start with 100 birds, you'll probably be doing 250 birds. Guys, that's more than doubling what you are making. Yeah, more than doubling what you are making. Yeah, and before you know it, 5 years down the road, you'll be doing 5,000 birds. And you know what they'll call you? They'll call you a witch. People will call you a witch. People will start hating on you because of your success, because of your progress. Why? Because you started with what you have, yeah? And then once you start telling them that you actually started with what you have and you're having these good results, then they'll start being sad and they'll be like, oh, you know, she's saying that she started with very little. That's what all successful people say and stuff like that. That's what they're going to end up saying, yeah? But in reality, that's the truth. Those are the good results you actually did have. So I advise you to actually start with what you have. Pay attention and just start with what you have. How much money do you have available to you? Get outside there and start with the little money that you actually do have. It will make you great results. Great great results, yeah? I started tiny and here I am. You don't need to wait to start big. A lot of the things that you're actually dreaming about are luxuries, yeah? Again, that mixer that I've showed you guys is actually good, but in reality it's a luxury because we can do without it. Like, it's good that I do have it, it makes work simpler, but the farm, it's not like the farm can't do without it because we've already been doing. In fact, even right now we're doing without it because we haven't yet installed it inside there, yeah? So that is it. I hope I've made a lot of sense to you guys, yeah? And you've enjoyed the video. And so if you're one of those guys who actually wants to start a farm and you have no idea how the hell to do it, my advice to you is that you need to watch this beautiful video. I've made a detailed video about how to actually start and grow a thriving farm. I leave it in the description of this video, yeah? Go and check it out. It has like a step-by-step process for you to actually start and grow a thriving poultry farm. You'll love it. Catch you very soon with another video. Lots of love. Bye-bye.